Well, this week, our community lost a giant, and I lost a dear friend, Gene Hackman.
Welcome to our channel, the place where we uncover unsolved mysteries, shocking truths, and groundbreaking stories about Hollywood legends. From the greatest stars who shaped the history of cinema to the most scandalous behind-the-scenes controversies, we bring you an in-depth and honest look at the entertainment world. Gene Hackman has passed away. What really happened? Are there still secrets yet to be revealed? Join us as we uncover the truth. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest videos about Hollywood legends.
Have investigators been able to get into the obtained cell phones?
Not at this time. We have them in our possession. Those were collected yesterday. It's going to take a process.
The process also...
Hollywood and family reactions. A final farewell to Gene Hackman actress Gwyneth Paltrow was among the first to speak out. She posted a throwback photo of herself with a young Hackman, accompanied by a broken heart emoji and a brief caption. A true legend. Heartbroken to hear this. Rest in peace, Gene. Her post quickly gained thousands of shares, reflecting Hackman's powerful influence on the film industry and the generations of actors who followed. Clint Eastwood, a longtime friend and collaborator, shared an emotional tribute. Gene Hackman was one of the most talented actors I've ever worked with. He had intelligence, depth, and a presence that few could match. We made incredible memories on set, and it's heartbreaking to know he's gone. Hollywood will never see another Gene Hackman. Eastwood's words deeply resonated with fans, as the two had delivered some of the most iconic collaborations in cinema. Fans around the world also expressed their grief. Film forums and social media were flooded with heartfelt messages of remembrance. Classics like The French Connection, Unforgiven, and The Conversation were once again celebrated as timeless works, showcasing Hackman's brilliance. Many fans revisited his most famous movie lines, honoring his legacy in their own way. Hackman's family released an official statement regarding the loss. We are devastated by the passing of our father and stepmother. To millions, he was a legend, an icon of cinema. But to us, he was simply a beloved father and grandfather, a man who cherished his family. His loss is immeasurable. Their words struck a chord with fans, reminding the world that beyond the fame, Hackman was a loving family man who lived a simple life. Although questions remain surrounding Gene Hackman's passing, one thing is undeniable. His career was nothing short of extraordinary, and his contributions to film are immeasurable. In the days ahead, debates over the true cause of his death will likely continue. But regardless of the circumstances, Hackman's on-screen legacy, his unforgettable performances, and the deep respect he commanded in the industry will endure forever. Unanswered questions. The mystery of Gene Hackman's death remains unsolved. The mysterious death of Gene Hackman and his wife has left the public in shock, yet authorities have still not reached an official conclusion. One of the biggest questions is why no emergency calls were made. In today's digital age, it's hard to believe that neither of them attempted to call for help. If one of them had suddenly fallen ill, the other should have had enough time to seek assistance. However, their phone records show no outgoing calls during the critical time frame. Could someone have prevented them from reaching out? Or did something so sudden occur that they had no time to react? Another strange detail is that the front door was found open, yet there were no signs of forced entry. This raises serious questions. Did Gene Hackman or his wife open the door to let someone in before their deaths? Or did someone quietly leave the scene without leaving a trace? If foul play was involved, how did the perpetrator gain access and exit without any visible struggle or disturbance. The house remained untouched, with no signs of a break-in, making it even more baffling why both of them suddenly passed away. A particularly suspicious factor is the location of their bodies. Gene Hackman was found in the living room, while his wife was discovered in the bedroom. If poisoning was involved, they would likely have collapsed closer together, or at least in the same space as symptoms took effect. This raises further questions. Why were they in separate rooms? If one passed first, why didn't the other call for help? Or was a third party responsible for the events that unfolded? Adding to the mystery, a chilling discovery was made. Their pet dog was found dead inside a closet. Strangely, their two other dogs were completely unharmed. Why was only one affected? Was it poisoned? Did it hide in fear? Or was it deliberately locked away? A toxicology report on the dog could provide a crucial lead. If poisoning is confirmed, it might uncover a new direction in the investigation regarding the cause of Hackman and his wife's deaths. But if the dog's passing was unrelated, the coincidence seems almost too bizarre to ignore. The final hours of Gene Hackman and his wife remain an enigma. No witnesses saw anyone enter or leave their home that day, and there were no suspicious calls or messages. Everything appeared normal before their deaths, yet something happened inside that house on that fateful night. Authorities are still waiting for toxicology reports to determine the exact cause of death, but the process could take weeks. Will the truth ever be revealed, or will this case go down as one of Hollywood's greatest mysteries? What do you think really happened? Share your thoughts in the comments.
Receiving no answer and contacted neighborhood security to conduct a welfare check. Security then checked on the residence and observed Mr. Hackman and Miss Arakawa on the ground unresponsive through a window and called 911. Deputies arrived and gained access to the residence where they observed Mrs. Arakawa deceased. They continued the search of their home and located Mr. Hackman in a separate area of the residence, also deceased. A German Shepherd.
The mysterious death of Hollywood legend, Gene Hackman, the mystery behind the scene. On February 26, 2025, Hollywood was shaken by the shocking news that legendary actor Gene Hackman, at the age of 95, and his wife, Betsy Arakawa, were found dead in their Santa Fe, New Mexico mansion. Their passing not only left behind immense sorrow, but also raised countless questions after police initially stated there were no signs of foul play. However, unusual details at the scene quickly turned the case into a mystery, capturing public attention and sparking eerie theories. The scene showed no signs of forced entry or struggle. The front door was open but undamaged, the furniture remained neatly arranged, and there was no indication of an attack or burglary. However, on the table, police discovered a still warm cup of tea and an unopened letter, leading to the inevitable question: who was the last person to see the Hackmans? Could that letter contain an important message before tragedy struck? Another striking detail is that Gene Hackman had lived in seclusion for years, distancing himself from Hollywood and staying away from the spotlight. However, sources claim he remained in contact with influential figures in the film industry and even possessed information that had never been disclosed. Did he hold a secret that led to his sudden death? Or was this simply the natural passing of a man in his twilight years? As the news spread, the internet quickly divided into two opposing opinions. Some believe the couple's passing was due to natural causes, possibly age or health-related reasons. Others, however, suspect a more sinister force at play, especially since police have yet to reveal the contents of that crucial letter. Some even go as far as to suggest that Hackman may have uncovered an explosive truth and was silenced. Under mounting public pressure, Authorities have announced they will expand the investigation, carefully reviewing all evidence to uncover the truth. While no official information has confirmed any conspiracy theories, the strange circumstances surrounding the case continue to fuel speculation. Is this all just coincidence, or is there truly a hidden secret being covered up? Gene Hackman was not just a Hollywood icon, he was a symbol of an era. His passing has left a void in the hearts of fans worldwide. But the question remains, was his death simply fate, or was there a more powerful force behind it? The public is eagerly awaiting the latest findings in the investigation. What do you think about this case? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's discuss.
We will have more concrete answers of what happened.
Again, we're waiting for the autopsy results and the toxicology. The doctor, the pathologist shared that information, which I think some tests were expedited. And so she shared that information with me because she thought it was relevant to the case and important for the public to know. I don't know. I don't know when the cause and the manner will be determined officially, or when the toxicology results come. I'm assuming the pathologist will wait for
The mysterious death of Gene Hackman, a crime scene full of strange clues. It all began when a maintenance worker was sent to check on Hackman's house after several days without any contact from the couple. Upon arrival, he found the front door unlocked but with no signs of forced entry. Sensing that something was wrong, he peeked through the window and was immediately horrified to see two lifeless bodies inside. Authorities quickly arrived at the scene and began their investigation. Gene Hackman was found lying near the kitchen, next to his cane and a pair of sunglasses. His position suggested that he had lost his balance and fallen. But why was he wearing sunglasses indoors? Meanwhile, Betsy Arakawa was discovered in the bathroom, collapsed on the cold tile floor. Near her lay an open pill bottle with scattered pills around it. This raised an unsettling question. Was this a suicide, or had someone staged the entire scene? Inside the house, investigators uncovered another baffling detail. One of Hackman's 3 dogs was found dead inside a closet, while the other 2 remained unharmed, showing no signs of distress. Why was only one affected? If foul play was involved, had the dog witnessed something it shouldn't have? Additionally, a small fireplace in the house was found damaged but appeared to have been used recently. Could toxic fumes from the fireplace have played a role in their deaths? But if so, why were the 2 surviving dogs unaffected? Forensic experts were called in to test carbon monoxide levels in the house, though results have yet to be disclosed. Perhaps the most shocking revelation came from Hackman's pacemaker data. According to the device, he had passed away on February 17th, nearly a week before his body was discovered. What happened in the days between? Who was the last person to see the couple alive? The mystery deepened when authorities examined the home's security cameras and made a chilling discovery. Every camera had been disabled on February 16th. Was this merely a coincidence, or had someone deliberately done this to cover their tracks? If there had been an intruder, why were there no signs of a struggle or robbery? As news of Hackman's death spread, social media erupted with theories. Some believed it was simply a tragic accident, the result of 2 elderly individuals making a fatal mistake. Others, however, suspected something far more sinister, a carefully concealed murder. Some even speculated that Hackman had uncovered a shocking secret in his final years, making him a target for silence. The fact that the security cameras had been disabled at such a crucial time only fueled suspicions. Had someone meticulously planned the couple's deaths? While authorities have yet to release an official conclusion, the case has captured widespread public interest. Will this become one of Hollywood's greatest unsolved mysteries? Or will the truth soon come to light? What do you think happened? Was this a tragic coincidence, Or is there something more sinister at play? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Was there a third party? The mysterious clues behind Gene Hackman's death. The case of Gene Hackman and his wife's death is becoming increasingly perplexing as investigators explore the possibility of a third party being present in their final days. There were no signs of forced entry, no evidence of a struggle or violence. Yet could someone have entered the house without leaving a trace? These questions are baffling detectives, as something about this mysterious case simply doesn't add up. Hackman was known for his reclusive lifestyle, rarely socializing with outsiders. So who could have gained access to his home without raising suspicion? Authorities have begun reviewing Hackman's phone and email records in search of any signs of a suspicious meeting. Did he communicate with anyone in the weeks leading up to his death? Were there any unusual calls from an unknown number? Investigators are particularly looking into whether someone attempted to contact Hackman but received no response. One striking detail is that his phone had no outgoing calls within 48 hours of his passing. Was this normal, or did someone interfere with his device? In addition, Hackman and his wife's medical records are under close examination. If poisoning was involved, how was the toxin introduced into their bodies? Was Hackman taking any medications that could have been tampered with? Another theory is that they may have met someone in their final days, and that person, intentionally or unintentionally, played a role in their deaths. Investigators are gathering data from credit card transactions, security cameras in the area, and witness statements from neighbors to determine if anyone visited the Hackman residence around the time of the tragedy. A particularly alarming clue is the front door, which was found open when authorities arrived. If a third party was involved, how did they enter? Could Hackman or his wife have willingly opened the door for someone they knew? If so, who was this person? And why didn't they report what happened? Another chilling theory suggests that the third party might have been someone close to the couple, trusted enough to be let in without suspicion. At this point, the case remains unsolved. Forensic evidence is still being analyzed, and investigators are tirelessly searching for answers. If a third party was truly involved, who were they? And what was their motive? Or is this all just a series of eerie coincidences? The mystery is far from over. What do you think about these clues? Could this be a carefully orchestrated crime, or simply a tragic sequence of events? Share your thoughts in the comments. Hackman will always be a legend. The mystery of his death remains unsolved. Although the cause of Gene Hackman and his wife's deaths has yet to be clarified, his legacy will undoubtedly live on. Hackman was not only a talented actor, but also a legend in American cinema. He entered Hollywood with striking early roles, gradually solidifying his status and becoming one of the greatest faces on the big screen. His films were more than just entertainment. They carried depth, philosophy, and an undeniable allure. That's why his sudden passing has left fans in shock, raising countless questions. This case grows increasingly bizarre and perplexing as investigators discover that the Hackmans were found dead in the same house but in separate locations. This has fueled numerous theories. Did they face an unseen danger? If it was a break-in, why were there no signs of struggle or robbery? The strangest detail of all is that there were no emergency calls. Both seem to have passed in silence. Were they somehow forced into complete isolation? Or is there something being concealed? Inside Hackman's home, police found an unsettling clue: a dog found dead inside a closet. This raises numerous suspicions, as the house had 3 dogs, yet only one perished, while the other 2 remained completely unharmed. Forensic experts quickly conducted tests to determine whether there were any traces of poison in its system. If this was a poisoning, why was only one dog affected? Did it ingest something the others didn't? Or could it have witnessed something it shouldn't have? Was the killer, if there was one, trying to erase evidence? Authorities continue to examine Hackman's phone records, emails, bank transactions, and medical history for any anomalies leading up to his death. Some sources claim that Hackman had been involved in suspicious financial dealings in recent months, though no official confirmation has been made. If a third party was involved, who could they be? What was their motive? And how did they enter and exit the house without leaving any trace? The mystery surrounding Gene Hackman's death has captivated public attention. Some believe it was merely an unfortunate accident or a natural cause, while others suspect a more sinister cover-up. Hollywood has seen its fair share of mysterious celebrity deaths, and Hackman's case seems to be no exception. While the investigation remains ongoing, one thing is certain: Gene Hackman will always be remembered as a true legend. His talent, dedication, and iconic performances will forever be an irreplaceable part of cinematic history. But the question remains: what is the truth behind his death? Will the full story ever come to light, or is this destined to remain an unsolved mystery? What do you think about the unanswered questions surrounding Gene Hackman's death? Was it a tragic coincidence, or is there more to the story? Share your thoughts in the comments and join the discussion.
Conducted of Mr. Hackman's pacemaker. This revealed that his last event was recorded on February 17th, 2025. I was advised that a more thorough investigation will be completed. That'll conclude my statement. I will take a few questions, just so everybody knows, this is an active investigation still. I'll take questions.
Sure. Based on
Mystery of the dead dog in the closet. A key clue in the death of Gene Hackman? The mysterious death of Gene Hackman and his wife, Betsy Arakawa, was already chilling enough, but one eerie detail has left many unsettled. A dog was found dead inside a closet, while the other two remained unharmed. Was this just a coincidence? Or could this be a crucial clue that unravels the horrifying truth behind the case? When police arrived at the scene, they discovered something strange. There were 3 dogs in the house, but only one had died, and it was locked inside a closet. This immediately raised a series of unsettling questions. If there had been a gas leak or any toxic substance in the house, why were the other 2 dogs completely fine? If it was food poisoning, had someone intentionally poisoned the dog? Or had it ingested something the others hadn't? But the strangest part was where the dog was found. A closed-off space, far from the living room where Hackman and his wife were found dead. A more chilling theory emerges. Was the dog deliberately killed? Why was it locked in the closet? Had it barked, alerting someone to an intruder? Had it witnessed something it shouldn't have? Or was it locked away to prevent it from interfering with a sinister plan? If this was indeed a premeditated murder, could the perpetrator have considered the dog a threat? But why only one? Animals have instincts that are far sharper than humans. They can sense danger, notice unusual occurrences, and even perceive things beyond human comprehension. Could this dog have realized something that Hackman and his wife didn't? Did it bark furiously that night, trying to warn its owners of an imminent threat? And if so, was that the reason it was targeted? An even more unsettling theory suggests that this might not have been an ordinary murder. If some unseen force was lurking in the house, could the dog's death have been a warning? Was this just a chilling coincidence, or was it a piece of a much larger, unexplained mystery? Many believe that animals can sense the presence of things invisible to the human eye. So, did this dog see something? And was its death a terrifying message? Police are currently considering several theories regarding the dog's mysterious death. First, intentional poisoning. Did someone deliberately poison the dog? And if so, how? Through its food, water, or some other method that didn't affect the other two? Second, an accident or coincidence. Could the dog have somehow wandered into the closet, gotten trapped, and suffocated? But if that were the case, why did it happen at this exact moment? Third, a final warning. Had the dog tried to alert Hackman and his wife to something, only for them to miss the crucial sign? And finally, the possibility of an unseen force. If this wasn't a typical homicide, could something far more inexplicable be at play? Investigators have collected food and water samples from all three dogs and sent them to the lab for toxicology testing. If any poison is found in the deceased dog, it could prove that a third party was involved in the case. But if nothing unusual is detected, the mystery will only deepen. The real question is, was the dog's death a vital piece of the puzzle or just an eerie coincidence? If someone was behind this, who were they? And what was their true motive? The deaths of Gene Hackman and his wife were already shrouded in mystery. But with the addition of the dead dog in the closet, the case has become even more baffling. One thing is certain, something about this doesn't add up. What do you think about this strange detail? Could it be the key to solving the case, or is it just a terrifying coincidence? Leave a comment and share your thoughts.
I don't have that information. Again, I didn't personally see the individuals, so there's no indication that there was any stress. There was no indication of any of that I can tell or that I can share, unfortunately.
Has foul play been ruled out?
Hold on. Anybody else? I know you've asked a question, ma'am.
Sheriff, was there any significance to the space heater being located near her head that detail and any more information about how the dogs died?
No, I don't think the space, now that we've ruled out
The reclusive life of Gene Hackman. The peace before a mysterious death. Gene Hackman, one of Hollywood's greatest legends, had long retreated from the spotlight to enjoy a quiet life. After announcing his retirement in 2009, he chose to live in seclusion in New Mexico, far from the public eye and the glitz of Hollywood. No more movie premieres, no more dazzling interviews. Hackman spent his time indulging in personal passions like painting, writing, and fishing. But that tranquility seemed to be only on the surface, because, when he passed away, countless strange details surrounded his death. The last time Gene Hackman was seen in public was in 2023, when he went out to dinner with his wife, Betsy Arakawa. The rare photos captured that evening showed a frail Hackman, walking with a cane and relying on his wife for support. His face bore the deep marks of time, and his contemplative gaze seemed to carry unspoken thoughts. Did he have a premonition of what was to come? Had he sensed an unusual shift in his life? Although he distanced himself from Hollywood, Hackman never completely abandoned art. He spent most of his time painting, writing books, and seeking peace in nature. Some sources claimed he enjoyed early morning fishing, quietly immersing himself in the vastness of the outdoors. But was that peace genuine? Or was there an underlying worry that no one knew about? In 2012, Hackman had a serious bicycle accident. He was hit by a pickup truck while cycling in Florida. Fortunately, he wasn't critically injured, but the impact landed him in the hospital for observation. Some believe that after this accident, his health began to decline. Could that accident have left long-term effects on his well-being, ultimately contributing to his death? Or was his passing the result of something entirely different, something unrelated to his health? The strangest part of it all is the stark contrast between his peaceful life and the way he passed away. A man who lived in secrecy, avoiding all chaos, died under mysterious circumstances. There were no signs of burglary, no struggle, yet too many unsettling details surrounded his and his wife's deaths. And above all, the truth remains unknown. The question is, was Gene Hackman's death truly natural? Or is there a hidden mystery yet to be uncovered? Were his final days as peaceful as they seemed, or did he discover something that deeply troubled him? As more information about this case slowly emerges, the public is left with more questions than answers, and those very questions make it impossible to stop wondering, waiting for the real truth behind the enigmatic passing of this legendary figure. Thank you for being with us. We know there are millions of other content options out there, but you chose to spend your time on our channel, and that means the world to us. Your support is what drives us to keep uncovering shocking mysteries, revealing untold truths, and bringing you the most jaw-dropping stories from Hollywood. Let's continue this thrilling journey together. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications today so you never miss our latest videos. Once again, a heartfelt thank you. See you in the next adventure.